One of the banes of development in Nigeria is the menace of abandoned projects. This has plagued the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Abuja too. But the current FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, is changing the narrative. The minister has delivered the Abuja Metro station, which was abandoned in 2020, and 15-year-old abandoned Wuse-Wuye link bridge in Abuja, awarded at the cost of 34 billion naira, but took 74 billion naira to complete. At the inauguration of the project, President Bola Tinubu and the FCT Minister described it as another step towards changing the narrative of infrastructure development in the country. Let's share the story by TVC News. Habib Elawal with you.
Commuters in Abuja, Nigeria's bustling capital, are set to experience a significant improvement in their daily commute with the launch of the city's new light rail system. The highly anticipated project, which is expected to significantly reduce traffic congestion and provide a more efficient mode of transportation, has officially commenced operations. The Abuja Light Rail is a 45-kilometer stretch that connects some strategic areas of the city, including the Central Business District, the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, among others. Commuters are already excited about the prospect and opportunities that this rail infrastructure presents. It will help them conserve petrol and save man-hours spent in traffic.
I must commend the federal government for it. It is work in progress. I know they can do better, but my two major challenges are, one, that the maintenance of this place, of these facilities, valuable facilities of essence. We all know Nigerians. If you come here maybe the next 2 years, you will not like what you see. So I pray, I know looking for who he is, appeal to government is that this route we're applying on now is not a busy route. They should also think about, especially in Abuja, the Maraba Nyanya Arches, the Lugbe Airport has this.
So this day now, this train I just entered, they made everything very easy for me. It's a kind of very easy for me and less stressful, stress-free. Normally, I get dropped maybe by a friend or maybe my siblings, or I book a boat. But now, with the opportunity having this now, I think it's a little stress-free.
This significant development is a milestone in Abuja's transportation architecture, and it reflects the government's commitment to providing modern and sustainable solutions to urban mass transit.
Many people working in the nation's capital usually are living on the outskirts or satellite towns or suburbs within the FCT. This train capacity can take between 500 to 700 passengers. This will help those living on the outskirts who usually experience traffic gridlock getting into the city center, will ease their transportation coming and going, especially being declared free between now and the end of the year.
Nigeria's capital, Abuja, is one of the fastest growing cities in the world, at least government officials say so, and one of the most conspicuous pieces of architectural designs wonderfully laid out in the geography of the city are bridges. Awarded in 2009 at the cost of 34 billion naira, 15 years after the same project was reviewed to 74 billion naira to complete. President Bola Tinubu at the commissioning of the Wuye Interchange Bridge says his government is investing in essential services such as water supply, electricity and road network that lay the groundwork for economic growth and prosperity. The president committed to the progress and improvement in the quality of life for all residents of Abuja.
It's just another one in the series of commitments you made to the people and the government that you will definitely make a difference, and you are making it, including waves. Thanks to your team, all of you have worked together to deliver a good example to the people of Nigeria.
For the minister, he says this interchange will significantly reduce the casualties that have been recorded from road crashes in other adjoining districts.
One of the wonders of the project you commission is
South lane. I'm sure anybody who passes that area will know that you have done well for the Federal Capital Territory. And moving us out from the TFA has made it very, very possible. All these projects wouldn't have been possible if you did not pull us out from TFA.
Abuja, as the capital city of Nigeria, serves as the administrative and public hub of the nation, accommodating a diverse population and supporting a myriad of activities.
Wuse as a vibrant socio-economic community within the nation's capital and the supporting areas will benefit from this engineering infrastructure. The importance of this interchange will help traffic flow and businesses in no small measure, which has been crumbling before the provision of this engineering infrastructure. Now this will also serve the Wuye, Wuse and the Julius Berger axis. Habida Lawal, TVC News, Abuja.
All right, gentlemen, before we move on, we're breaking away from our regular programming to go to Port Harcourt, Rivers State, for the live broadcast of meeting of a geopolitical coalition solidarity to support President Bola Tinubu and FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. Journalist Naga continues on our other platforms and on YouTube. All right, gentlemen, I have not been to Abuja too many times, so I don't really know the difference. But there are those who have said Minister Wike has turned Abuja to London. Wike, how true is this?
Well, he may not have turned Abuja to London, but he has improved Abuja. And even his enemies must admit that, because it shows what he has done is evident, even to the blind. The roads are much better now, and they are well marked then with signage and all that. And they are also installing lights on the roads. So it's such a good thing to have a minister who has done so many good things within 1 year. Nyesom Wike is one of the brightest stars in this administration. Anyone who goes to Abuja, whether it's Asokoro that you're talking about or other places, you will see the footprints. In fact, I hear people now say, oh, we can now feel the presence of a minister. The kind of things that they were not saying before.
I've seen that on Twitter as well.
You know, so you cannot, for a project to have been abandoned for 15 years and somebody came and delivered it, you cannot but praise that person. And if Wike has 4 years as FCT Minister, people, in fact, he would live on in the hearts of people who are resident in that city and beyond. Those of us who visit Abuja from time to time, we are enjoying pleasure, what you call driving pleasure now, because those roads are wider now. He has created bridges in some places to reduce travel time, and he has just generally improved the city. He has shown that he's a no-nonsense person, and that what he achieved in Port Harcourt is not a fluke. You know, to deliver 12 overhead bridges within such a short time, the quality of his work, just the same way you see the quality of his work in Port Harcourt, that's the way you see in Abuja. So he's done a tremendous job there, and I'm so happy because of the light rail as well, because it means people going to the airport, they don't have to take a taxi. They just hop into the train, and it takes them all the way to the airport. So it's Nigerians are not difficult to please. We are just unfortunate not to have enough good leaders. That is the problem. Their standards are not very high. Just do something little for them. They will appreciate it and they will sing your praises. But if you don't work for them, You are a governor, you sit in Abuja for so long, they can't see anything tangible that you have done. You should be ashamed of yourself. You know? So you should work for the people. The people will appreciate it, and they will even overlook some of your excesses.
That's correct.
So Wike has shown that it does not have to be a minister for 8 years before people begin to feel his work. And this is what we are seeing in Abuja. Abuja is, by a long shot, the most beautiful city in our country, and it's even getting more beautiful.
Adeoye.
Yeah, I think this project was awarded first time in 2009. That's 15 years. And if you look at the cost at that time, 34 billion. Now we are talking about 74 billion. If you look at the cost of living, cost of materials, this is about a little bit, slightly above 100% increase. And I think that is not too much if you compare, the way things have gone up since 2009. I think to have completed this within 1 year is remarkable. And it only shows that you remember that in October 2022, the federal government gave him an award, distinguished award in infrastructure delivery. That was the award given to him by government that was not even, that it did not belong to, was not a part of the ruling. But I think the government at that time recognized what he was doing in his own state. And probably that was one of the considerations why the current president picked him to be the minister of FCT. So I think he has proved again that award was not in vain. I am impressed that he could do this because you could see that the president was there. It's one of the things that the president can actually point to as a reference point as one of the achievements as recorded in the past 1 year. He also said that taking away the FCT from the treasury single account was a huge advantage for them because it would have been more difficult for them to access funds meant for the FCT. So I think to have taken that decision was also a very brilliant one. The other areas I think the minister needs to invest in is beautification of the city. I know they are doing that gradually, but they need to intensify more. Look at Singapore. When their greatest leader came there, in 1965, the first thing he started doing was making the country to be very beautiful, right from the airport. You see flowers, and that was what, what's his name again? So that was one of the things that attracted a lot of investors from all over the world. So I think Abuja need more tree planting, more trees, more parks, and I believe it's up to the tax to be able to achieve that. But this is quite a remarkable achievement.
All right, let's bring in another angle. Nyesom Wike is a member of the PDP, serving in an APC administration.
Yeah.
Is this a typical example of when Nigerian politicians shun tribalism, shun religious sentiment, shun petty politics? This country will flourish, and understand that when I lose an election, it's important for me to go back to the drawing board and see how I can do better in the next election.
Yeah, I think a good leader should be able to punch where there are great potentials, irrespective of which party they belong to. And I think that was what the president did, not minding whether it was the opposition. If you know there's a good material, a good person that can deliver for you. I mean, parties will go, parties will come and go, but Nigerians will remain as human beings. So I don't think picking people to come and serve in government should be based on the party loyalty alone. That should be the first thing, should be ability to deliver. And I think that was the constitution given before the president decided to pick him. And I think we can say now that he has proved that, but he should not rest on his oars. He needs to do more to address a lot of challenges that is facing that are facing Abuja.
People in the satellite towns are saying there's a need for him to focus on the satellite towns. But he is saying, look, we are doing this incrementally. We'll get to other areas. So it's not as if they are forgotten. He's also trying to change even the pace of education in the FCT. So there are still so many things that he would do. But it's not as if he has abandoned the satellite towns. He has plans for them, and it's not possible for you to do everything in how many months? I think he started work around August or so. The president appointed them, was it August or September? Around that time. So he has not even...
Less than 1 year.
He has not spent 1 year in office. He has not even spent 1 year in office. So I'm sure he will still get to those satellite towns. There are places where you even need to put some wide bridges as well.
All right, gentlemen, let's move on quickly. Recent events in Kukawa